So how quickly things change. Today we're talking about make.com and comparing it to agentic workflows using Google's AntiGravity, which is the new kid on the block. They're quite different. Let's just start by looking at make.com, which I'm guessing that if you've joined my channel that you have seen before. But basically make.com, firstly I'll just give you a bit of a look at make.com. During this video, I'll give you a couple of examples, and at the end, we'll have a look at an app I've built with the new Google AntiGravity using agentic workflows. This is your basic make.com workflow. So basically, it's a series of interconnected nodes which you give instructions to do different things. This one's looking up a particular photo, goes through, downloads an image, saves that image, calls AI, in this case Nano Banana, saves that result and saves a file. So it's kind of, I don't know if I'm using the right term, but I'd say deterministic in that basically you give this thing an input and it'll give you an output. It'll be adjusted by AI or maybe by a series of processes maybe that you've created. Basically, it's kind of straight through processing with a bit of a twist. Maybe that's one way to describe make.com. It is basically, let's have a bit of a look at some of its features. Basically, it's a robotic process automation tool. At its heart, it has a good AI integration facility and agentic capability. It can create some great results for business, content, AI integration, you name it. It can do quite a bit. Especially when it's well built and it's error handled, it's quite reliable, predictable, and effective. It's one of its real strengths in that basically, if you build it and build it well, it'll keep working and it'll work until someone changes an API or whatever it may be. And I mean, you can set warnings such that you'll be told if that happens, and it'll continue working, and it'll work well for your business or for whatever you want to build it for. It makes logical sense when you come to build it, and it has agentic features now. It has actually had those for some time, and it has AI features which really make it possible to do quite a lot. And probably the best thing about it, it's all on cloud, and deployment of any workflow is very, very simple. So you say, what's the big deal about this agentic workflows? So we'll have a look at the agentic workflows let's have a look at the ID first. So basically it looks like this. So this will pop up on the screen. Okay, we'll go to my YouTube breakout videos, which I'll show you the app that this is built at the end. But recognize this kind of format. It's basically a integrated development environment. If you don't know what that means, it doesn't really matter. Basically what you do, you type a bunch of instructions in here, and it will slowly build you an app or an application or basically a program of some sort. And you can kind of iterate this program until you get it to work. Now, that is maybe one of the few downsides in that you'll have to iterate it a number of times to get it to a point where it's production ready or where it's ready enough to create the output that you want. But basically, you can create a hell of a lot with this. Let's go back to our presentation here. If it's as I said here, if it's a project you can conceive, good chance you can vibe code it. Basically, AntiGravity is a souped up agentic workflow, which basically is vibe coding. It's not hiding the fact, really. You can create quite a detailed application, backend, integration, database, front end in a very short space of time. At the end of this video, I'll show you the front end of the app that I built using AntiGravity. Basically, it's a YouTube breakout video detector, and for any particular search term, I built that in about 3 hours. If I really knew what I was doing with AntiGravity, I probably could have built that in 45 minutes. And that's incredibly quick from ideation through to completion for any kind of application in the software world. Basically, you only need good natural language descriptive ability. It doesn't even have to be in English. It can be in any language because you're talking to AI, it speaks pretty much every language. You need imagination, which is one thing, and the patience and the skill to help vibe coding debug. Now, you have to be a bit patient with vibe coding because basically it can turn out a whole lot of rubbish, but you can refine that rubbish into something worthwhile if you really are patient and you give it good instructions as to what to do to create what you want. It kind of throws out here we go. Let's fix that up. All the process automation knowledge needed and creates it all for you as background Python or other code scripts that can be reused. What I'm trying to say here is you don't need all the limited specialist knowledge you need with make.com. You need kind of a good feel for how how software works to use make.com. Initially, I mean, you can teach yourself it pretty quickly, to be honest. But to use agentic workflows, you don't need that. You just need to be able to describe what you want and help it get through the errors until it works. It makes it very, very powerful for non-coders and non-IT people and non-software people. Deployment of apps onto the cloud is a little bit harder, but it's not too bad. The best thing is the AI will walk you through it. It creates, if we go back to AntiGravity and have a look at that, it's created this deployment guide and told me exactly what to do. This is all pretty simple. Basically, just follow these steps and you can deploy an app. Now, this is what you all want to see, the YouTube breakout analyzer. Now, this is all vibe coded or agentic workflow created, basically. There is make.com versus agentic workflows. That's literally typing into YouTube this what videos of that type are breaking out, so to speak. As it says, discover viral opportunities before they explode. Very descriptive of AI. Strategic insights, it's kind of give them this scoring to which of these videos is a top breakout video. AI created this whole thing. All I did was help it with some of the errors. Here, the most viral one in its opinion is, or the most breakout one in its opinion is this the future? Agentic AI is here. Let ChatGPT use N8N and Nano Banana for you. Sounds like a good video to have a look at. Just to prove this is not a screenshot, let's try something else. Let's try fine art. Now, it is a little slow to run because it goes off the number of APIs. So I'll run this, be silent, so it'll chop out some of this time, but let's run this. Okay, so that took about a minute, but it did get what we wanted. Basically, fine art, it's picked out a bunch of what it regards as potentially breakout videos in the last 48 hours. You can see here, it's created a viral formula, trending topic. I mean, there's standard things for this particular app, and it's given a score. Reckons this silk purse from a sow's ear is the most likely to break out. So that's really interesting. And it looks like it's only pulled back 3 videos. Maybe there was only 3 videos that were relevant for this particular topic. Anyway, that's it for this video. I just wanted to do a bit of a walkthrough of the new kid on the block, being Google AntiGravity. And I think it's really, really the way we're going. So basically, make.com, highly, highly useful, and it's very reliable. But I think Google AntiGravity and these agentic workflow style of building is going to be the way of the future. And, well, it's the way of now. So really, I'd suggest even skipping make.com if you're intending on learning it and going straight to agentic workflows. They're just going to be the thing for the next couple of years, I reckon. Anyway, thanks very much.